So Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2, Lukaku masterclass. Eunice Talks Football. Make sure you subscribe to Eunice's channel. I'll make sure the link's in the description of this video. You said 2-0, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, man, I got it spot on. And you know what? After the second half, after the first half, and we got into the second, I was waiting for a third and a fourth. I was like, come on, let's keep going. Deep down, I knew that would mean my prediction would be in the bin. But yeah, at the end of the day, I got it right. So I'm happy.
Well, you must be happy anyway. It was men against boys. And Lukaku, man, yeah. I mean, what a debut, man. Like, he literally battered our defence. Like, there was one instance in that second half where he got the ball. It was midway in our half. And he was holding Marie off with one arm. He was holding off with the other arm. And then he pushed his backside out and he was holding, I think it was Xhaka. And then somebody was coming towards him and he just popped it off. I was like, you've just took 4 players out the game. They were literally petrified.
Look, I mean, Pablo Marie, poor lad, he got bullied. Proper. I mean, you have to call the head teacher at this point. It's getting too much. You know what I mean? That was crazy. And now you know what? You could probably see why Ben White didn't want any bit of it. I don't know. He might have put fruit shoot in his COVID test or something. I've tested positive. I don't want any part of this. Lukaku was unbelievable, man. And that's exactly what we was waiting for. This is what you pay 97.5 million for. Yeah. This. And you know what? He was quality, so solid, so strong. You can tell he's not the striker that left the Premier League those couple of years ago. Different gravy. But he bossed it. Absolutely bossed it. And now it's nice as a Chelsea fan. It's so relieving that we have a front man. We have someone. We have a number 9 that knows what he's doing now. So happy days, man. He bossed it, and Chelsea were fantastic.
He could have scored a couple more. There was one that Leno made a really good save, and I
don't know how Leno made that. I don't know how he made that save. That was illegal.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he was wearing our away kit as the goalkeeping shirt. He done that last season in the game as well. It's like, what's going on here? Why are you wearing the away kit? But no, that was a great save. Yeah, that was like just a reaction, instinctive save. Yeah. But there was another chance where he pinned Pablo Marie. There was nobody anywhere near either of them. And it was like, why is Marie so deep, number one? And I remember watching, and I said this to you the other day, I remember watching Jamie Carragher and Lukaku talking about like defending against strikers and vice versa. Yeah? And Lukaku said, if I can pin a centre-back and I'm on the half turn, you ain't stopping me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he rolled him, but he took a slightly heavy touch on the second touch. But if he had got that out of his foot properly, he would have banged that in as well. And that would have put you 2-0 up. I think that was about 5 minutes after you went 1-0 up. He was unreal, mate. He was easily head and shoulders your best player today. What a debut, man. And it's like, I'm looking on thinking like, we're levels behind you, man. Like, you're miles gone, man. It's like a different planet. Yeah. And we've spent so much more money than you over the last 5-6 seasons. You've got a better manager. You've got a better squad. You've got a better board. You've got better negotiators, better scouting network, better youth setup. And it's like, where's it all gone wrong for Arsenal? Well, you must be loving it, man. Like, honestly.
For us, honestly, right now, it couldn't be better. It really couldn't be better. And if you think about a year ago at this time saying that, whilst we were, under Lampard and waiting for something long-term to come along, and no one would have thought we'd be in this situation now, and it's fantastic. And now we've made this addition with Lukaku, which is, again, the last piece of the puzzle that we really needed. It's just great. And today it was just, the scoreline doesn't reflect it, but it was men versus boys at the end of the day. I think even Thomas Tuchel sussed that Arsenal were going to come out first 10 minutes. The crowd were going to be, raucous. It was going to be crazy. It's the first game back at the Emirates of the season. It's an atmosphere, right? And it's a chance to bounce back from the Brentford defeat. But I knew, and I think everyone else knew, that if Chelsea could just hold on for 10, 15 minutes, settle in, get that momentum to calm down a little bit, because we know Arsenal are going to go all guns blazing first 10, 15.
Yeah.
Let's all settle down and then take control of the game. And Chelsea done that perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Because the moment we scored that first goal, as I told you yesterday, it was curtains. That's it. Yeah. And that's where everyone went silent. Everyone started getting nervy. Arsenal's back line were all over the gaff. Just at that point, it turned. And yes, after the second goal, really, really confident. Going into the second half, it should have been more. Unfortunately not, but we'll take it.
That was the only positive for me. Well, there was maybe 2 more, The first positive was it wasn't a cricket score. Yeah, when it probably should have been. It should have been 5 or 6, mate. Like, honestly, I'm not even joking. Anyone who watched it will know it should have been 5 or 6. But I thought Smith Rowe looked good again today. But he looked knackered halfway through the second half. And I was like, they panned in on him on the camera. And I was like, he looked absolutely worn out. But that's because he's running around chasing everyone else. Right, and he's doing the work on his own. And the only other positive for me was Samba Lukonga. I thought he looked all right at times.
He did.
But again, he's got that clown next to him in midfield, Granit Xhaka, who apparently does his talking on the football pitch. Well, sorry, mate, what happened today? Where was you? Did somebody gag you today? Like, did they tie your shoelaces together or something? I don't know. Like, it was just a shambles, man. Who else stood out for you today for Chelsea?
You know what? I think everyone had a great game. It's mad. But honestly, if I'm having to try and pick out a few players, aside from Lukaku, Reece James was quality. But at the same time, he was kind of given a green pass by Tierney. It was like, yeah, go on. Here's the whole side for yourself. Which is weird because
I love Tierney and he's a sick player, yeah. I love that guy to bits, right? But there was no need for him to suck into that centre of the pitch outside the box because there was 3 players there. And as soon as I see him do it, I was like, oh my God, Reece James is wide open. Yeah, what a finish. What a finish, man.
But this is the thing. I honestly, because the first 10, 15 minutes, Tierney looked like your best player. You know, everything was coming from that left-hand side. And when you saw that Lukaku was beginning to really outmuscle Pablo Mari, really just abuse him at this point, Holding was struggling. I think that's probably why Tierney ended up coming more central because of just those centre-backs not being able to cope. If they did cope, I think Tierney wouldn't have had a reason. And Reece James wouldn't have had that space. But the 2 goals came from Reece James on that right-hand side because Tierney had sucked in. So, again, tactically, we looked great. Reece James was fantastic. I think Jorginho was spreading really, really well. Had control. He was really good.
Not just with his passing, but he was like more physical than I've seen him. He was really going into headers and challenges.
Tuchel's done that to him. Yeah,
I've never seen him that physical, man. It's like normally he's a little bit Xhaka-esque in that sense.
Exactly.
But levels clear of Xhaka. Like, I don't want to put him. I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying like physicality-wise, he's not known for that. If that makes sense. But
no, and a lot of Chelsea fans last season, especially under Lampard, that was the one criticism of Jorginho. He's not physical enough. He doesn't throw his body enough. But he changed that, and especially under Thomas Tuchel, he's managed to get that side out of him, and now the confidence is higher of him as well. He's a triple European champion, you know, the Champions League, the Euros, the Super Cup. He's loving life. He's nominated for like Player of the Year. He could be probably in for the Ballon d'Or at this rate. We'll see what happens. But and he's got that side to him. That was fantastic. The back line were great. Experience, Azpilicueta, Rudiger, they looked solid. Christensen looked solid. All round. Not one player had a bad game. So happy days.
Mate, listen, I can't lie. You must be loving it. You are loving it. I knew we'd lose. I thought we'd lose 4-0. I suppose we have to take that as a positive that we didn't, but we probably should have. And we've got Man City away next Saturday. Who's your next game?
Liverpool.
Oh, okay. That'd be interesting.
Top of the table clash because we're both level on goals and on points.
Yeah.
So
wow, that's at Anfield, right?
I think
yes,
it is because our next home game's Villa. So yeah.
Listen, man, big up for
City,
coming on.
City's going to be crazy for you, honestly. Strap in.
Mate, I don't even want to think
all
about
of
it.
you, strap yourselves in.
We've got West Brom in the week, mate. We'll probably lose that in the League Cup. Yeah, second round. This is how low we've stumped. Slumped. We're in the second round of the League Cup. But
when was the last time that happened to you?
I don't know because we've been Champions League. It's probably not happened.
I don't think it's happened.
I don't think it has in Premier League history. I don't know. Leave it in the chat if anybody knows. Leave it in the comments. Yunus Talks Football. Go and subscribe to him. His link is in the description. Yunus, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And we'll meet again.
We will. I mean, lastly, just, I can't wait for this Amazon documentary that you guys are going to drop. We're going to see everything. That's going to be mad.
That'll be the best performance of the season, mate.
It will be.
And we won't see everything because Arsenal PR team will be all over that. Like, come on, they'll be dressing up Arteta as a saint. But listen, thank you, man.
Thank you.